I flew to America. I came in to look for Beyonce or Trey Songz. Can we do a sound that has R&B feel and the Afrobeat feel? And he was like, oh, okay, let's try it.
Ojapiano was the biggest hit.
We got to talk about that. Just no, we don't talk about that.
I need to really know how.
The moment you stop to learn, that means you have stopped to grow.
Welcome back to the Freema Podcast, where we are crossing boundaries with music. Now, today, we have a special guest. When I say special, it's your girl, Naples Spain, so let me put you on game. The king himself, Ojapiano. KCee, how you feeling?
I feel good. I'm excited. I'm blessed to be in the midst of wonderful people right here in the city of Dallas. It's going to be fun tonight.
Oh, we're going to have a good time. Big A, how you feeling?
I'm good. Just working as usual.
I heard y'all was out last night just kicking it, partying, trying to be all cool right now, but y'all was just living it up. I need the details.
You just woke up. I'm in a restaurant.
Oh, you were working?
I was working.
Okay. I was up working with AI all night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that a collab coming soon?
Well, he would start with me. She started with me.
Well, look, I was up looking at your Instagram all week, all night. So this past week, you've been posting a lot of past things. What's going on with that? Are you trying to come up for retirement? Are you trying to give everybody a message? We need some answers because we're a little confused as to what's going on. So what is that about?
Yeah, well, sometimes in life you need to remind people of something. So it's about that time for me trying to remind people that have been following me, my journey so far. So for me, I'm doing 25 years this year in the business. So, but I told myself I didn't want to do any major event or whatever. Instead, I want to put my energy into my music, create more better music and still be relevant. So that was one of the things I told myself I was going to do. That's to remind the people, and I'm happy I'm doing it because it's very effective and everybody's like, oh, wait a minute. Right. He did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. The comments have been encouraging, and I think the strength I have now, on a serious note, I don't think anything can be compared to it with the comments I've seen. Right. I'm really equipped with more energy to keep moving forward. Nice. I don't think I would have gotten anything better than what I have right now.
No, absolutely. Well, congratulations for 25. I mean, you're killing the game. But I want to take it back 25. How did you get started? What inspired you? What was the influence?
The influence for me was my father. So my father was a DJ, and I was born in the home of records where he used to DJ. And, a little boy from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I was listening to all junk of music, every genre of music, and come back from school after homework, you're doing music business. So it became part of me, that was how my interest started. And I started paying attention to it. And alongside, I was playing soccer. So my first love was soccer. So I was doing soccer so well. And as I was doing that, I was playing for Puma, playing for Julius Vega. So I was very successful with it. Yes. But in between, I was also doing music by the side. So there was a talent hunt that was organized by some brewery in Nigeria, Star Quest. That was the first ever one. And I went for it. And I won with my partner. And I started making big money more than what I was making from football. I was like, okay. So why I left the football was I was doing it. I was playing soccer. So one day I went and I had an ankle injury. And I had a show the next day. I couldn't perform. So my partner was upset. It was like, if you want to do this one, do this one. If you don't want to do this one. So I had to make a decision. I also sat myself. I was like, hey, a bet at hand is better than hoping for a manager to take me to Europe or somewhere. Right. So I focused my energy on the music, and the rest is history,
No, absolutely. Yeah. So you got into it. You made the big decision. We're going this way.
Yeah.
At what moment were you like, oh, yeah, we really going this way?
Oh, yeah. Also, for me, as a young boy in school, I used to, after school hours, we used to sing, write, do all the cultural and debating society thing. So when it comes to all that, I focus on music, energy, So when I left school and I was going out for events here and there, although my father would still tie me and beat me at home, why do I go out? Why did I even go to the club? So it's like a taboo to go out to perform or do anything that has to do with music. Then parents don't support their kids to do music, so we hide to do it. So when it was like, boom, I want to go into music was when I won the talent hunt. They didn't know I registered. They didn't know when I went for auditions. They only saw me on TV. And that was like a big deal. Like, it's like our son is on TV. That's like a big deal. Look at where I'm from. You know, so my father was very relaxed watching the TV like this. Like, that's my son. And at that time, they were paying me. I started going out for events. No, even before then, before I won, I was going for some event. They would pay me 20,000 naira. Then the house I was staying was like 60,000 naira a year rent. I was already making like 20,000 every week. Wow. So I had a lot of respect with that already in the house. Everybody was like, I think there's something. So a month between that, when I was making that money, I won StarQuest. And boom, I was a national brand. So that was when KCee, said, no, this opportunity, I would rather die than to lose it. So I took it so passionate, serious dedication, and that passion is still there till today. And I'm happy I took that decision.
Yeah. You know, I was going through all your posts, you know, for the past couple of weeks. You've been posting like throwbacks of your videos. Yeah. I saw one. You had all these golden Bentleys, Rolls Royce, and that was how many years ago? Yeah. And I saw mansions in your videos, private jets.
Yeah.
That was like when I never, even here in America, American artists never used to have private jets in there. Like how did you come up with that? Like, I'm sure it was very, very expensive.
Of course.
So how, like, it's crazy. How many, I'm talking about like 10, 15 years ago.
You're right.
15 years ago.
Well, for me, I'm a lion, and in my life, whatever I think, I always want to achieve it. So most of those you see in my video has been how I've been thinking from childhood. Like, I always want to be successful. I always want to be rich. So that leads me to, you can be whoever you want to be. Is what you feed your mind with. You know, so most of those things you see in the music video hasn't changed till today. Even if you watch my Big Fish video, it's like an upgrade of that. And if you watch most of those throwbacks, you see flashy cars, mansions. Even the lyrics of the songs are saying about luxury and all that. When I was living in the ghetto, I was already telling people when I was living in the ghetto that I'm living in Ikeja. Ikeja was like a bigger area than the ghetto. I was already seeing there. And when I left the ghetto, I went to Ikeja. Do you understand? So for me, all those things you see in that video is like a mindset and imagination. And the only way you can bring out your imagination is to be focused, work, don't be distracted no matter what anybody's saying. So that was the way. The rappers you saw rapping those cars, I imported them from China. At that age, at that time, I had to go through the internet, found somebody in China. They sent all the rappers, and I hired most of the cars. I paid to wrap the car and paid to spray the car after wrapping it. That was a lot of money. It took me time. I hired a bullion van from a bank.
Wow.
And I had to wrap it up and unwrap and spray it back. That was a whole lot of project. But I was just trying to paint this picture in the mind of my audience and the people that, hey, I'm a big boy, like I haven't. Even if I didn't have as much as they would imagine, but I'd rather invest 100% of what I have into it. And at some point, people started seeing me as a big boy. So when I'm negotiating, they pay me as a big boy. You understand? And it's my mindset. And today, you know, I'm happy, I'm successful. And most of those cars right now, I don't hire them anymore. They're in my garage, they're in my house. You know what I mean? So,
right. No,
thank God.
Like I was saying, sound like some big boy energy to me. Now, Limpopo was massive.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about it? I'm talking about every detail. Don't leave nothing out because we need to know exactly.
Woo. Limpopo. That's like my biggest breakthrough. I can't lie to you. That was like a turning point, the biggest turning point for me. And sometimes some of those turning points or those big break, sometimes you don't see when they're coming. So for me, your eyes has to be focused at every point in time. Why did I say that? I was working on some other project, not Limpopo. So the story behind it, I flew to America. I came in to look for Beyonce or Trey Songz. I came in to look for Beyonce, particularly with some of my friends. His name is Mike Kenyanaya. So this guy has some money. I told him I was going to bring some money, wanted to feature Beyonce. I was so desperate to blow, like, getting there. So when I got to America, when New York, I went to 4040 Club. They say it belongs to Jay-Z. The guy we're talking to He said, okay, the Jay-Z's manager is coming from the guy who will take us to Beyonce. They sold a section for us at the club for $10,000 that night. Just two of us were there. We drank as little as we could, but the whole 10K went. We didn't see the manager. We didn't see anybody. And at the end of the day, I was lucky to meet Trey Songz's manager, through some other person. And when I met him, he was like, okay, if you have a good record, we could see how we can make you work with him and you tell us how much you have, right? So when I went back home, I was so excited that the guy said he can lead me to Chris Brown or Trey Songz, right? So I was doing some other project. I told my producer that day, I was like, please, can we do a sound that has R&B feel and the Afrobeat feel? And he was like, oh, okay, let's try it. And that was what gave birth to, he started playing the chords. You understand? That was me. I was now doing humming, oh, like R&B, oh. He was like, oh, that sounds good. We recorded it little by little. Then I was wearing an orange top that day and orange pants. And one woman messaged me on my BBL phone then. It was like, KCee, why are you dressing like orange Limpopo? That got me. And I used it in the line of the music. That's the honest. I was like, So I've already done, baby, please give me tonight. I'm going crazy tonight. Let me be your maga. So the part, Oya Limpopo, what people imagine about Limpopo is different from what me I wrote. To be honest, I'll say it for the first time. So for me, the Limpopo was vulgar. I was saying, baby, make we go Limpopo. You understand? Mm-hmm. Because I was already saying, baby, please give me tonight. I'm going crazy tonight. Let me be your maga. So when I heard the woman typed Limpopo, it sounds vulgar. It sounds sexual. Right. So I used it. Boom. I didn't know there was a river called Limpopo in South Africa. South Africa picked the song, and before I shot the video of the song, I paid for a video in Spain. So I was going to shoot a video with my boy Harry and Soso. So when I did Limpopo was 2 days to my travel to shoot another song. But when I did that song, I knew it was a hit song. So everybody was excited. We were celebrating. I sent it to my brother E-Money. He was in London. He was dancing. He called me, was like, this is a big song. Mm-hmm. Now, when the plane traveling 2 days later, I told Harry and Soso, I was like, I think we should switch the song to shoot the Limpopo. Mm-hmm. It was a war. They fought me. They were like, nah. Why? Soso produced the song we were going to shoot. Okay. Harry's song, it was his first time to ever travel to Europe. And first time to be on that kind of video. So they were selfish about their interests. And I was also selfish because I knew this is what I want. This is better. I don't care. I'm the one investing the money. We fought to a point Soso was leaving the hotel like he was going back to Nigeria. They told the director not to shoot. But I don't know what God put in my head, like, stick to this. So we fought for like 2 days. The third day, I told the guy, I said, we have to shoot this. He was like, okay, I'm not going to tweak the script. Okay. So the song we were supposed to shoot was a love song, right? And they were like, okay, tonight, and this is a danceable song. We're supposed to have some female dancers. And how can I be shooting song? I said, tonight, we'll be shooting it during the day. That is not going to match up. And I had just one girl in the video, if you remember. Just one girl. So it was supposed to be a love story song, a slow song. So the guy said he wasn't going to do anything extra. He's going to shoot same script. I was like, just do it. And that was why we shot that video. It was like a love song. Mm-hmm. It became a banger.
Yeah,
that was one of the biggest songs. I remember.
Yeah,
I knew you before that song. Remember?
Of course.
We used to go out when I come to Lagos. We hang out and everything. And then I came back to the States. Bang, boom, Limpopo. I'm like, what's going on?
Yo,
everywhere.
Yo. He came, he picked my boy Yaya, you know what I mean? Over me then. And he was on tour with Yaya. No, but that's his business.
But, come on,
of course, it's business. Yaya was bigger at the point.
And he was the one that...
I made it happen. I brought Yaya to him because Yaya is like my homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they were on tour with Yaya. Yaya called me and said, Baba, if they play a song, KCee, come on, bro. I was like, So even he was calling me that, nah. I need to start doing your document. You need to come for your own tour. You know what I mean? And that was how I came here to do my tour for the first time, you know what I mean? So for me, that song was like a blessing, and it taught me something, that whatever God put in your heart is for you. Sometimes don't get so many people distracting that idea. Right. That idea can take you to your destination. Right. But you need to pay attention. A lot of people pray every day to God. But my big question sometimes is, how do you listen to him? Or how do you know he has answered your prayer, or you ask him for money, he might tell you, okay, go through this pain. Your attention is on the pain, not on the journey.
On the journey, yeah.
Your treasure might be hidden under that pain. Yeah. So for me, I always listen. Like I got a message 2 days ago while I'm in America. Like the message is clear in my head. Like, go back to the studio. I want to give you something. That's how I heard it. Yeah. And I took, since here, I don't want to stay here again. I'm leaving in 2 days. I want to go back. And if I get back, I'm going to lock myself up in the studio. Before 2-3 weeks or 1 month, you don't know when. Yes. When you're in that mood, you get something, right? So for me, I've learned it is a strategy. Anytime I hear something, don't worry, you can't distract me. I move and I do it.
Now. But my question, I have one question. You know, I've known you for how many years now? We've worked together for a very long time. But I don't know how you continue to do this, because most of your peers that you started with 25 years ago, they don't even sing anymore. So I don't know which doctor, which native doctor.
What's the secret?
Who's cooking up these things for you? I'm telling you, like you, and then not just that, you've done gospel, you've done R&B, you've done hip hop, you've done, like, you keep reinventing yourself. Ojapiano was the biggest hit.
We got to talk about that.
You know,
we're gonna talk about that.
I need to really know, how do you continue to be relevant? You are one artist I know that every year you come out with one hit record, and the 1 year you just left us and then you went to gospel. I called you. I'm like, are you losing your mind?
Yeah, everybody thought I was.
I'm like you. Have you lost your mind? And guess what? He was the first person that made DJs play gospel music in the clubs.
In the strip clubs.
I'm not playing.
Yeah, for real.
People are dancing in the club.
I'll be see strippers dancing on the pole.
I'm serious.
Like, hello, what's going on here?
So I don't know. Like, I need to know how. Like, what is the magic? What is the blueprint? How do you do it?
Well, for me, it's been focused, for me, and I think the drive, of failing, it's always up in my face. I don't want to fail. That's one. Then another thing I notice is that most of the successful ones, talented ones, or big ones, they always get carried away with those positions and those status. The moment you stop to learn, that means you have stopped to grow. You need to always open up. Listen, when I'm in the studio with my boys, I come as lower than them. I pretend as if I don't know anything. So I acquire more from them, learn from them, know what the trend is, what's the lamba on the street and all that. But imagine if they come to me, like some of my OG friends would do to them, because some of them go and come back and report to me. The OGs will be telling them, I ordered for one Rolls Royce coming, or I bought one car. You're trying to intimidate them. Because when you say some of those to them, you're trying to make them, they know you have all those things. So for me, when they come, I bring them close. I play with them. I'm very free and open. So I think one of the biggest points I have is being very, comfortable with everybody. I'm very comfortable. My producers, when I'm talking with them, I allow them express themselves. Then I'll tell them what I feel. Then we can blend it together. But most of my peers or OGs I know is because they are older, they rather want to teach the younger ones. But the matter has moved from your generation to their own.
Yes, true.
So the ability for you to humble yourself is a key point. So is a problem for some people to humble themselves. Humble yourself is not where you don't like to talk. You need to humble yourself. You need to learn. Okay, Biggie, like you ask me, how do you do this? I ask questions every day. And that is one of my selling points. Yes. Secondly, I can't write out the grace of God upon my life. Like, I can tell from childhood that God has been guiding me. So my wife, my kids, my brother, everybody around me knows when I say I want to do this, they know yeah, even you used to tell me. Mm-hmm.
No, be like, I used to argue.
Yeah, you'd be like, you used to argue. Then later I would do it.
I stopped.
It will work.
But I stopped arguing.
You stopped. You told me, like,
because especially when Ojapiano came out, big record, and you started covering your face. I called him on the phone. I'm like, "Are you crazy?
Why are you covering your face?"
I said, "This is the time for people to get to know this face, because now the Gen Zs probably don't know you, and you have this song that they're jiving to, and you don't want them to see your face." And then he says, "So
you know what I told him
for over an hour."
I said,
"Why?"
I told him that I've been here for a minute, over 20 years. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows my face. Now the Gen Zs that I want to, vibe with me, at this point, I'm covering my face. They don't even know who they're talking to. And they all loved the vibe. Everybody was so excited about the vibe. I bought all shades of Max. I have them in boxes.
You have some for us today.
Not today.
Not today. Okay.
Yeah. So I started covering it, and that gave the record a whole new brand. So it was like KCee's a whole new brand. Even those that knew me was like, how did he thought of covering his face? I did it for months.
Yeah.
When I get on stage, I cover my face. In between, I'll take it out. So for me, I've been able to re-involve myself and recreate and reintroduce myself at every stage. Sometimes I took off my hair, I shaved all my hair. Some point I'm going to braid it. Like now I'm wearing dreads. If you don't do all that, the people that have known you over the years, they will get tired of seeing you. You need to spice up yourself. Even, I didn't like tattoos, you know what I mean? At some point I got addicted. You know what I mean? And because I can't lie to you, I also felt like I needed to spice up myself and make my fans and my audience, see the different KCee. They say, if you need to keep yourself going, whether you like it or not, you must reinvent yourself, either with your music or your branding or your character. You need to do something like, look at what Rema did. Rema just came out all of a sudden. I know him very well. I love him. He started smoking cigarettes everywhere in the car. Like, the way he's doing it, you will know, is he learning it or is he trying to? But if you're smart, you will know there's an undertone. He didn't tell us he was dropping a record or an album or nothing. He was just giving us cigarette. Like, in my head now, when he released the album, I say, okay, he was about to give us hot record. So he was giving us a signal. We didn't know. So that was like another kind of rebranding because his peers that have been seeing him and that have been following him like, oh, that nice, good boy. He has grown. He's a big boy. He's controlling a lot. So he needed to upgrade to another level. And that's one of those, I don't know, I'm not 100%, but I love that move. That was a smart move of, and the song he released now is matching up with the attitude he's selling right now. That's rebranding. That's what I'm talking about. So he couldn't have sold the former branding he had with this album. It wouldn't have. It would have been like, okay,
Sometimes,
yes.
Yeah, that's true. But I understand what you're saying.
Now look, you didn't bring a mask.
You wanted?
I wanted a mask.
They're still producing some. I ran out of them.
Okay, you bring out Oja.
Oja. It's in my hotel. It's in my hotel.
You didn't bring me that either.
She knows about
I'm
Oja.
just trying to figure out what's going on. So what can the fans expect?
Well, my
we have
fans,
coming up?
what they need to expect is my album. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying it for the first time anywhere. I've not even announced it on my Instagram. I'm saying it for the first time that I'm dropping an album. So that's what I have for my fans. I have an album, amazing album titled Mr. Versatile.
That's what you
need. Yeah. That's why I've been doing the throwback so they can see that I've been doing different shades and brands of music. So the title of my album is Mr. Versatile. And I promise you, if you listen to the album with an open mind, you are definitely going to find one or two songs you're going to love because I took my time and I gave you guys good music. This is a KCee that I've been underrated. This is a KCee that I've been broken. This is a KCee that I've been insulted, passed through fire. They said he doesn't know how to sing or he doesn't know. It's the same KCee. Now I've passed through all that and I've proven myself without talking too much. Now this album, I want to talk. Listen to it with open mind. Don't listen to it because you love KCee and also don't listen to it because you hate KCee. Listen to it like someone that wants to hear good music and tell me what you think. And I know you're going to appreciate the work that has been done. But I love you guys and I'm dedicating this album to all of you and it's a gift. It's about 20 tracks. Wow. You're going to love it.
Wow. Do you think, so what collaborations should we be expecting on this album?
Well, not expect is already there. I have a couple of collaborations. I have Skibi on the album. I have Tenny on the album. I have Diamond Platinum on the album. I have Udumudu on the album. I have Karika, some Chinese, Indian artists on the album. And I have some new boy called Ijaya on the album. Me, I'm not too big with... I've done a lot of collaborations, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not too big with collaborations. Like, I'm not really crazy. Most of my big songs, go and check them, it's just me.
Yes, true.
So that's my strength. I don't really go out looking for my collaborations are, if I'm feeling, I was coming here with me and Big A, we're talking in the car. I said, I want to work with Wande Cool.
Yes.
Because that's how I feel. Like, I love his talent. I was with him over the 2 weeks ago in Houston. Amazing talent. It's not like I didn't know, But at this point, I want to be in the studio with him. We talked about it, and that's how I feel. So that's how I do my collaborations. I don't want to do collaborations because this person is top here or no. It's about the sound, about how I feel. So, but this one is not about collaboration. You need to listen. In fact, listen to the album and tell me what you feel. But I have about 5 or 6 collaborations, and I know you guys will love it.
Now, I know you love all of them, but which one is probably your favorite?
That's a setup.
I know.
That's
you
can't do that to me right now. No, you can't. You can't. That's putting me on the spot to keep myself by myself. I love all of them. Okay, the truth is, should I be honest?
You got to be honest.
So I have a lot of great songs on the album, but there's 3 particular songs that are some genre, which is dancehall. So that was how I started my career, dancehall music, back in the ghetto in Ajegunle, right? And I left it for a long time. So doing it in this album, I have like 3 songs that are dancehall, expressing the real me.
Wow.
Gives me joy. In fact, when I was coming here, I was playing it in the car and all that. So I want you guys to look out for the 3 dancehall songs on the album. I might not say the titles, but when you hear the beats, definitely move.
No, absolutely. Big A, you have anything else?
I just want to talk about that Ojapiano record. Ojapiano broke all kinds of records on social media. It was one of the biggest songs on TikTok. And you had you did a
remix with One Republic.
One Republic, the big American white band, and also you have one remix that I can't wait for everybody to listen to.
The one with
Diamond Platinum.
That's a smart.
I can't wait to hear it. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, he worked on it. He worked on it. He was part of the hookup with Diamond, and he was always on my neck like, let's do this every day.
And I can't wait for them to hear it.
Yo, it's amazing. It's an amazing record. Nice. Amazing. I think Ojapiano was a divine record also, and people thought it was a mistake or it was an error. It was just something I woke up on when I've been on that for like 3 years now. So I deliberately told myself that I have to promote cultural sound with pop intentionally. So that's what I've been trying to do. And that Oja, if you listen to some of my songs I did before, I had them in it, but they were not fixed properly until I found the right producer that did it. And at the time, Ojapiano was in vogue. Everybody was jumping. I told my producer, try this on Ojapiano. Let's see. And immediately we did it. Everybody started crying. We knew we just opened a new oil well. Like
that song went viral.
It was crazy. How can you drop a song? I dropped the song on a Saturday. On Sunday morning, it was doing 120,000 videos on TikTok. Never been done till today.
Yep.
And the TikTok people were surprised. They were like, what's happening? He did 120,000 videos for a whole week non-stop. So that's organic and that's original. And this was a record that even the distros and everybody would be like, we can't release a song on a day that is not Friday. Now, I don't even know who people started this Friday, New Music Friday. They will soon tell me who those people are. Me, I'll be releasing song on Sunday now. Because I released Ojapiano on a Saturday. I released Cultural Praise on a Sunday. On odd days, every other people feel like, okay, it has to be a Friday, right? And these records did better than the ones I plugged in for Fridays.
Fridays, yeah.
So what is special about the Friday? No, you can continue. I'm just talking about myself. There's nothing special about it. So for me, I think I love the fact that I'm always strong with my decisions. And I'm saying this because somebody might learn from it. Sometimes you get inspiration from God. And by the time you put it on the table with your management, your management, don't forget some of them. Maybe he won't have problem with his girlfriend. They don't have problem with his husband. They have what is bothering them. You put out an idea that God gave to you. They can't even digest it to understand where you're coming from. Immediately they bring a suggestion. I don't think that will work because why? They just want to suggest or say something, right? So if you're a creative person like me, always listen to yourself and your creativity. And when you conceive it, nurture it, understand it before you let it out. Because when you just let it out, when you don't understand it, you will lose it in the process. Because when the people you love, like your management or your manager, tells you, I don't think this works, that's how a lot of people throw away greatness. Or I've gone through this process and I'm telling you, I now became very strong with my decisions and it has never failed. So that's a message for somebody watching, right? Always be strong with your decisions and whatever God puts in your heart. You never can tell.
And then one more thing. The way Afrobeats has, you can look at the journey of Afrobeats. You guys you are one of the big pioneers of the music, and we're here now. Do you think our artists, people that are involved in African music, do you think they're doing enough to sustain this genre of music internationally? Because one thing there are so many things that's been happening. Artists just jumping on anything, signing deals without really looking at them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about international deals without looking at them. Yeah. Then artists are sitting back home now. They don't want to come out here and do shows and do tours because they're waiting to do the big Wembley Stadium. They're waiting to do Madison Square Garden. Yeah. They're not trying to, remember how we started.
I got you.
Remember your first tour? We did like 15 cities. We went to some venues, some clubs. But guess what? The music kept moving, kept traveling. Yeah. But right now it's like, there's like a drought. Artists are not coming out here anymore. Look at, we're in summer. How many people are touring? Nobody.
Like I was worried. This year is different. Yeah. Last year was popping.
Exactly.
I was here for 4 months.
Because you know why?
Busy here.
Yeah. You know why? Because most of the artists now are still waiting to get that big paycheck in different cities, not understanding that you can charge what you charge back home. Back home is your home. That's your fan base. Yeah. That's your main fan base. You have, just in Nigeria alone, you have 250 or 60 million people alone that are consuming the music. The population of America is about 300 and something million scattered all over the place. Oh. So you have to understand, like, this is not my primary market.
True.
We need to go give them this music, travel to the same cities. If you charge $10,000 to do a show in New York, doesn't mean you're going to charge $10,000 in Oklahoma. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's just the way they look at it. Even here in America, the biggest American artists can pop up in a club and do 3-4 songs, and they're not charging you a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just need to reorientate our young artists, the upcoming artists, because you guys are the OGs. You understand the game.
Sure.
But these ones now, they're just seeing what's happening now. They don't understand the story behind it and how we got here. Yeah. So now they're just waiting and, David did Madison Square Garden. Shit, I'm not coming to America till I can do Madison Square Garden. And you have 2 hot songs, and nobody knows how long those songs are going to be hot. When they go cold, when they get cold, you're gonna need fire to make it hot again. Yeah. So what do you like? What's your advice?
My advice is, I'm an OG. I'm gonna claim it whether you like it or yes. 25 years. If I was teaching in a university, I would be a professor right now teaching music. 25 is not a joke. And at this point of my career and my life, I don't think I need to twist or tweak anything or to impress anybody. No. The truth is, a lot of us are making mistakes. I'm gonna be honest. We all have different calling, different talent. What Burna Boy is doing, for instance, is different from what a lot of people are doing. How do I mean? The way he built his brand and the way he's selling out stadiums, not everybody will sell out stadium. Don't go and kill yourself because Burna is selling stadium. You will die quick. I promise you. I'm not saying this to say to anybody or whatever, but it's the honest truth. Don't forget, a lot of this has happened in the industry. Some people will be paid 100,000. They'll come and tell you, I was paid 600,000. And now somebody calls you for 100,000. You'll be like, no, they paid Gabriel 600,000. You sit down at home, hungry with key. And Gabriel has collected 100 and move and go and collect another 100. And if you ask him, he will chill. They pay me Stasi skills. 600K they pay me. Then you get carried away. Build your career. Don't build your career on somebody else's career.
Yes.
Build your career. If 10K is good for you, hold on. And keep moving. When you get to 100K, nobody will tell you and nobody will tell them.
Yes.
Your name, if they put out your name, everywhere will sell out. Right. Then you will know your value has gone up. Not where you are selling around 10,000 capacity. You are charging money that somebody selling stadium is charging. My brother, you are about to go back to village because very soon the promoters will stay away from you. I'm being honest because most of the bigger ones, let me not say the bigger ones, most of the senior colleagues, when they see the younger colleagues, they flex them by lying. And they want to pretend. And it's so bad that sometimes, colleague to colleague, if I ask my colleague, I beg, how much do you charge for this show? They will tell you, I charge 200,000. And if somebody else is called them, they are ready to take 50,000.
Yes.
But they want you as a colleague to understand. It happened 2 days ago. I don't want to mention name. My manager was to get a show for somebody, 2 artists we know that are our friends. They gave him some kind of bid that is double of what he collected from those people. Those people called him from behind And they didn't know that my manager was part of the deal. They took the deal for half of what they were telling him. Why would they lie to my manager? Because they don't want the KCee's manager and KCee to understand that they are charging that low.
Yes.
That happens in the industry every day. I'm not afraid of anybody to say it. Build your career yourself and your terms. Have your price. The way they are selling, I don't want to mention some brand. The way they are selling some soda in the market is different from how much they're selling the other soda. They know the ingredient and what they've built. This ones know that, okay, we are coming up to catch up with this one. They sell their... Don't go and run speed because this one is in front. You guys crash your car. A word is enough for a wise. That's an OG message. Nobody can tell you with confidence, but I can say because nobody can beat me, nobody can feed me. I love my music and I'm doing it. If you say you don't like it, I have my fans. They will pay me. They always pay me. As I'm going to Nigeria, I have like 4 shows. Don't play.
You know what? On this note, it's been a pleasure having you, KCee. Can you tell everybody how to follow you and where they can find everything?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's your good boyfriend, BMK Badman KCee. Follow me on all social media. My Instagram is at @IAM_KCee. The KCee is KCee. That's the same thing. I will say Twitter now because now X. Twitter X is there. Then on Snap, KCee Limpopo. Oh, that's a special name. KCee Limpopo on Snap. And if you don't find me in all these places, just go to Spotify or Apple Music. Follow me there. Stay there. Listen to my music every day. I think it will help my career and help my pocket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you to you guys for having me. And thank you for giving me the platform to announce my album. For the first time, I'm saying it officially. And it means a lot to me. So if I go to any other place, I'll be like, oh, the first place I said it was with my homies in Dallas. So I'm excited. Thank you guys for having me. And I celebrate you guys. What you're doing is, supporting our culture. And I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.